By the way,
My biggest thing, though, is that they go in last season and what we needed was a home run hitter. Had the Royals had a home run hitter, they make the playoffs last season. The coming into the offseason, we're thinking, okay, well, David Glass is going to spend some money, open up the pocketbook, and we'll make some changes. We get Aoki. All right, that's okay. Omar Infante. All right, shores up the right side of the defense. Guys who can put the ball on the bat and get on base. That's fine. Aoki's played fantastic, but whenever you don't have anyone who can knock him in, it doesn't do anything for you if Aoki gets a leadoff triple. He'll sit there, and they'll go 1, 2, 3 right after him, and it's a waste. I think the game against the Rays where they lost 1-0, they loaded the bases 3 times. Yeah. 3 times. And all 3 times they had 1 out, and they couldn't do anything with it. You strand 9, or they stranded more than 9 base runners, but you strand 9, and in those 3 instances, you have the bases loaded, and you can't get 1 across. Are you kidding me? Problems going back to high school when he was at Hillcrest. I mean, it's just, you have this pattern of behavior, and now all of a sudden there's a lot of Mizzou fans that were like, wait, what? The guy was smoking pot on campus, right there in front of a security guard? No.
At the football field.
At the football field. So
I mean, tell me nobody in Mizzou
he does it right in front of him. Does it right in front of the guys. I mean, it's this sense of entitlement. Okay, hello, you're a Division I athlete. You haven't made it, man. Yeah. There's a lot of Division I athletes. There's hundreds of schools that have Division I athletes. You're nothing. In Columbia, he's something, but outside of Columbia, he's nothing. Yeah. And not until he gets to the NFL. He's got to prove himself, and now he's got an even longer way to go. Had he not done all this stuff, he'd have 1 season, probably 1 more year at Mizzou. Let's face it, he'd leave after his junior year.
Oh, for sure.
And he would have put up huge numbers, probably a first-round talent.
Probably top 10 pick.
Yeah. But now he's like a Jeremy Maclin, only better. He's maybe not as fast as Jeremy Maclin, but he's taller, better vertical, better hands. But
would you draft him?
No, I would not. I would not draft him. No, like I said, he's a cancer. I mean, he's not good for your locker room environment. He's just not a good guy. And in the NFL, that's one thing that you commend them for is that a lot of their picks they go through a character check. And if you don't have good character, they'll pass on you. They'll take someone who's maybe a little less talented, but someone who's not going to screw up their locker room. The only type of team he could go to is like the Patriots, one that's a veteran-laden locker room that will not put up with his stuff. Tom Brady's not going to put up with it. Bill Belichick's not going to put up with it. Robert Kraft's not going to put up with it. So he shows up someplace like that, he'll either get in line or he'll get an athletic program. I've never been a big fan of Mike Alden, but this is where he's gotten it right. And Gary Pinkel was the greatest hire that he's ever had. And
Quinn Snyder?
No, not even close.
Frank
no, again, not even close. But anyway, Kim Anderson should have got that job. But we're not. That's not neither here nor there. I'm sure he wouldn't admit that. But I agree with you. If I were to call him one thing, it wouldn't be Man of Steel. It'd be the Golden Boy. He's perfect. He's never done anything wrong. He's been able. I mean, just the fact that he plays in New York City for as long as he has and has remained perfect.
Yeah.
How no one in any tabloid in New York City has able to turn on him and make him look evil, I don't know. Yeah. That's got to be a first. I mean, he's perfect. He's never done anything wrong in his entire career. He's been nothing but great. Yeah. As far as Yankees stats, he's the all-time leader in hits, singles, and stolen bases. Those 3 right there. If you have any records for the Yankees, 27-time world champions, you should be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And he's got 3 of them. I think the only, in terms of who. I don't know, ranking the top 5 Yankees, Derek Jeter's got to be in there. And welcome to this episode of Sports Central. This is UCM student-produced sports talk show where we hit on everything in every professional sport and even a little bit of college for you guys. And we thought basketball was done for, but just when we thought that, they went ahead and made some headlines we can't refuse to talk about. Mules head basketball coach Kim Anderson, former Mules basketball coach Kim Anderson, leaves the Berg and goes to Columbia to take over a Mizzou program that was in desperate need of some leadership. And Dusty, we'll start with you. Do you think it's a good hire?
I think it's a good hire when it comes to Mizzou fans and what the Mizzou tradition is.
Yeah, I see your Oklahoma City, Memphis, and I raise you the Hawks and the Pacers. I think not only the fact that
we both have the Hawks winning that series,
it's the most intriguing matchup probably, not to start the playoffs, but right now it is. I mean, a team, the 1 seed, the Pacers, who were just rolling through the regular season until about a couple weeks left, they just hit a brick wall. Haven't been able to really get anything going. Hibbert is a non-factor. He might as well not even be playing. He's the most expensive cheerleader I think I've ever seen. And it's just intriguing because we thought that they were just going to roll over the Hawks and just move on through, and they were destined for this matchup with the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's not looking that way anymore. They were down by 30 the other night to the Hawks. I mean, come on. What are they doing?
Think Atlanta would be able to play as good as they are against Indiana?
The San Antonio Spurs and the Thunder. Now, I'm not so sure either one of those is going to be right. The Clippers have looked pretty good. We watched them last night. Yeah. They could sneak in there. I could actually see the Clippers and maybe
I don't know. I could see the Clippers coming out of the West as a surprise now because I think both of those teams, Oklahoma City and San Antonio, are vulnerable. They could both lose in the first round. And if they do, the clear-cut favorite to me is the Clippers to get to the NBA Finals. Ooh. Now you go to the East side.
I could see that.
The Miami Heat. And I hate saying it because I'm tired of the Miami Heat. Sorry, John.
4 games gone.
You know, they seem to be clicking on all cylinders. We thought the Pacers and them were going to be on a collision course for the Eastern Conference Finals. That's not going to happen.
Going to lose.
So I think the Heat are going to stroll. They're just going to leisurely walk through the Eastern Conference. I think it'll set up a Clippers-Heat matchup. That's what I'm going to go with now.
Okay, so from the East, who I'm going to have is the Heat are going to play.
Stan, you're upset with him. What he said was awful. I'm not condoning what he said.
I know you're not.
He's clearly a racist. And that's what I understand is everyone's acting like this is surprising. He's been known to do this. There's so many reports about it. No one's ever said anything. The NAACP was going to give him a Lifetime Achievement Award. There's been so many things that have happened over the years. I don't know how that even happens. Yeah. This is insane to me. But the fact that they're trying to ban him for life, that I don't understand. Because this is something, hold on,
start pulling money.
This is something that has nothing to do with the sport of basketball. Nothing to do with the sport of basketball. You have Pete Rose who cheated. He got kicked out of the game. Guys who use steroids don't get kicked out of the game. Guys who beat and kill dogs don't get kicked out of the game. But a guy that said something away from the game is being banned for life. I don't agree with that. Granted, he should be punished. I'm not saying he shouldn't be punished. The punishment should be swift and it should be steep. But banning him for life, when he owns a team, I don't think you can do that.